Hi, welcome back to Model Talk, where we spill the real tea and realities of working in the industry. And I'm here with CAMRI today.
Hi, my name's CAMRI Huey.
And CAMRI, can you please introduce yourself and what inspired you to be a part of the industry?
Okay, so where do we start? I've been living in New York for almost 10 years. I initially came here to be a dancer. Dance is what I did my whole entire life, but I also had the dream of modeling, but I didn't know if that was a dream that I would be able to pursue. And it wasn't until I booked like my first job with Glossy. I think we both were on the same job, which is so funny. Back in like 2018, I was like, oh, wait, okay, maybe I can do this. So I was still very like dance focused, and it wasn't until the pandemic, like 2020, when I wasn't able to dance anymore, where modeling was something that started to come to me naturally, even just from like me posting on Instagram and just like putting my face out there. I feel like a lot of casting directors found me through my page, and that's when I started to just like book work.
And I know that you also create content. Can you tell me a little bit about the overlap of that and how that has helped you and how you navigate both worlds?
Yeah, so creating content, that was something that just came to me naturally. It was something I would do just like with my friends for fun for a very long time. And then once I found out that I was able to monetize that, I was like, okay, let me like go full force. And I think what happened was brands like started to see my content, and they were like, oh, we want to work with her. And that's how I started to get like paid jobs through content creation. And then if a brand would post me, then like maybe casting directors would look on the brand's page, be like, oh, who is this girl, and then book me through jobs that way. And eventually my agency found me through Instagram. I was scouted.
And what is your biggest misconception that you had before modeling, and how has that changed?
My biggest misconception, really I feel like for a long time the industry was viewed as being like extremely exclusive, like very strict measurements, height requirements. Like it's like you don't even like it's not even a possibility. And I feel like as time has progressed, those requirements aren't as strict. And I feel like now there's a space for many different types of body shapes and heights and looks, which I think now a lot of people are starting to realize that, because before I feel like everyone just thought you had to look like a very specific type of way to be a model. I think myself included, I feel like everyone thinks it's extremely glamorous and like very easy and fun. It's just like, oh, you get like dressed up and you look cute and you're on set and it's like fun vibes, but it's not all like that. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. And being able to work in the industry, I've come to realize that. And also like talking with other models and like hearing their experiences with working in the industry, it's like it's not all glamorous as it seems.
No, not at all. And I think the biggest thing is that no matter where you are in this industry, you're still a business
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Exactly. Like it's still a job at the end of the day. Like you're doing work. It's not like all cute all the time.
What's like a lesson that you've learned along the way, and what piece of advice would you want to give to someone starting out?
One big lesson that I've learned is just like not to take rejection like too personally. I feel like it's very easy to get caught up in being rejected and being like, oh, why am I not good enough? To why am, why am I not good enough? And like, why didn't this client want me? And blah blah blah. And like sometimes you're just like not the right fit for the job, but it doesn't mean that that opportunity couldn't come like another time, you know? So I think just like learning to accept rejection for what it is and not to take it too personal, especially in the beginning, because sometimes it does take time for things to start to work out for you, and just like don't give up too soon.
What's been like a favorite job for you along the way, and how do you prepare for jobs?
Okay. My favorite job that I've done was actually a job I did recently. It was with this brand Dolce Vita, a shoe brand. Yeah. We literally shot at this mansion like up in Yonkers, and apparently Beyonce shot her Pretty Hurts video there.
Oh shit.
And it was like,
That makes sense.
yeah, it was literally a dream job. Like being able to just like embrace, like, just be in everything that I've always loved in terms of like aesthetics, and like the styling was amazing, like the team was amazing, even like the director, what her name's Emma Kraft, shout out to Emma. She was someone I've always wanted to work with, and I've always admired her work, so it was just like such a fun time. It was like my favorite job I've ever done.
How do you prepare for shows or just big opportunities?
I make sure that I try to get as much sleep as possible. Sometimes it's hard when you're excited for a job and you just like, it's like the first day of school when you got your clothes all laid out and shit, and you just like, you can't sleep or whatever. But I like to make sure I get a lot of sleep, get my skin right before, try not to like do too much like drinking and stuff as the shoot comes about, just like making sure I'm on top of it.
And then, what are some of your favorite designers? Even if you haven't worked with them, who do you hope to work with? In case they're watching.
My number one favorite designer right now is Simone Rocha. I've always loved. I'm like, Simone, I'm your biggest fan. Like, even just to like attend a Simone Rocha show and to be dressed by her would be a dream come true.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Well, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X now that they call it, at CAMRI Huey. I think that's all my socials. You can find me on there. And anyone who's looking to be a model, like, don't get discouraged. There's a place out there for everyone. Just like keep pushing. And yeah, if I can do it, you can do it.
Thank you.